Hey everyone, Zach with Z Squared Gaming, and I have a new pickup video here for you. As you can see, I have a little bit of a different background behind me. I'm just kind of showing off my Xbox collection here. You can see all the green cases and everything, and then also down here is the gray ones, or silver. Actually, they're more silver than gray, in my opinion, for the platinum hits. And so I'll just hop right in here. I think this is going to be, this is the pickup video for June. I do have not as much stuff in this video as I did for the last month. So I'll just hop right into it. I'm going to start off with a couple of just odd items. Kind of a bigger item here is a item that I picked up at a Arts in the Park in Forest Lake, and it's a light up. I should have maybe plugged it in, but you'll probably see this in other future videos. It's got, of course, a plug and everything. It's got a little 8-bit Zelda here. So Zelda is, I want to say, is my favorite game of all time. And so I just had to pick that up. Looks really cool with it being backlit and everything. So like I said, you'll probably see that in future videos. And another kind of bigger thing here I picked up at a thrift store, which is the Enter the Matrix strategy guide. So just getting a couple of the bigger things out of the way here, and then I'll get right into the games here. I'm going to start with PlayStation 2, and just get them all here. Activision Anthology, picked that up at a thrift store. Quake 3 Revolution, picked that up at a thrift store. Silent Scope 2 Dark Silhouette, another thrift store grab. Kenjo, and then The Bouncer. So all of these were actually at the same thrift store. It was a Family Pathways in Forest Lake. So a lot of the cases are actually are in really good shape, so I'll probably be swapping them out with other games that have not so good cases. But some decent games there as well too. So getting into the Xbox games here, we'll just have a few original Xbox, a few Xbox 360, and then it looks like one Xbox One game. So I have a loose copy of The House of the Dead 3. So there's that. And that I picked up at a thrift store, another Family Pathways. That was one here in the town that I live in, and so I've been to there many times. And so yeah, that was the only original Xbox game. Now all these games that I'm going through right now are the doubles that are going to be up for sale. So continuing on here, I have the Xbox 360 game, The Last Remnant. Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. The Amazing Spider-Man. I think this is a little bit one of the cheaper ones. I think Web of Shadows, if I remember correctly, is the more expensive one. And then Family Feud 2012 edition. And then my one Xbox One game, Forza Motorsport 5. I believe I picked that up at a garage sale. Alright, and then getting into the Nintendo games here. Starting off here is a controller, which is a NES Classic controller that I picked up at a thrift store. That was at another Family Pathway, so there's been a kind of a lot of Family Pathways. This is a sealed box, so I already have a sealed box in my collection, so I may just keep and hold on to this for it to go up in value. I did pay up for this. They must have looked it up and saw what it was going for, and then marked it down just a little bit, but I just kind of figured that will eventually go up even higher as it gets, of course, further and further in the future. And let's see here, I'm kind of moving stuff around here. I did find some good GameCube games at another Family Pathways, but it was in a different town. But some pretty good games here. All of these I already have in the collection, so these were all just for resale. Starting off with the really nice one here, Mario Party 6. Sonic Mega Collection, that's a player's choice. Tak 2, the Staff of Dreams, I believe. Yep, Staff of Dreams. Star Fox Adventures. Another good one here, Mario Kart Double Dash. And then last one here, SpongeBob SquarePants Movie. So those I picked up for, I think it was like $3.50 each at a thrift store, so that was a crazy grab. I'm very happy to get all those, and those will be, of course, for sale in the future, like I said. Getting into the Wii, I got Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. I think there's one or two Transformer games that I need for the collection, but that was just a double. And then Elebits, picked up at a thrift store. Mario Kart Wii. Can't quite recall where I picked that one up. Super Mario Galaxy. And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Nickelodeon edition. Alright, and then I did pick up a Switch game. This is a sealed copy, and I even have it in a case here. And that is Kirby and the Forgotten Land. That will probably go into my sealed collection for future trades. So that's it for all the games that are not going in the collection. Those were all ones that are going to be up for sale in the future. So I'm trying to kind of get through this a little bit quicker as far as getting this video filmed so that I can get some of these games in my for sale bin. So I'll just kind of continue on here with Nintendo. I'll grab those first here for what's going in the collection. So I picked this one up at a swap. Boy, when was that? I suppose it would have been in June. So first one off here, Super Collapse 3. It's for a 3D. I'm sorry, not. I'm looking at the Super Collapse 3. It's for the DS. And then I did pick up a few GameCube games. Luigi's Mansion Player's Choice. I did have this copy just regular, and I did not have a Player's Choice. Super Monkey Ball 2. It's another Player's Choice. And then Mario Power Tennis I did not have, so that was a sweet one to be adding into the collection there. Those are all the GameCube. Getting into the Wii. Just Dance Disney Party, that's a sealed copy, so it's in the protective case. Overlord Dark Legend. And I apologize if my eye is going weird. It's kind of running a little bit here, so I don't know what that's about. Ski-Doo Snowmobile Challenge. And then the Skycrawlers Innocent Aces, powered by Project Aces. That'd be a fun one to play with being in the airplanes. All right, and as far as my Wii collection, I think I'm getting to be 54%, if I remember correctly. Maybe 55 or 56%. So it's pretty crazy how many Wii games I've picked up. That might be, I think, my second or third highest complete collection. I think it's the Xbox, and then the 360, and then the Wii. Can't quite for sure remember which one is second and which one is third. So still pretty fun to collect for the Wii. It's a lot of white. I'm actually looking at it behind the camera here, and it's a big collection, and I can't believe I'm only at like 54%. So it's going to be another massive wall type of thing that I'll need to build eventually. So at another Arts in the Park from the same guy that I got the light up sign earlier, I picked up this cartridge looking thing, but it's made out of wood, and as you can see, it's a little bit skinnier than a normal cartridge. It does have kind of layers to it, but it's got a kind of a really cool look to it, and the guy knew that I liked Legend of Zelda. I mentioned it when I picked up the sign, and then I picked this one up I think a week or two after the sign. So he's a really cool guy. He's got a lot of different stuff at the Arts in the Park. He's got 3D printed stuff. He has that sign that I showed earlier, and then he brought, I think that this was kind of one-off thing. He didn't have a whole lot of this wood thing for sale. So I think just because he knew that I liked Legend of Zelda, he had to get that printed out, and of course I had to get it. So, all right, and then getting into the Switch. So there was a couple of new titles that just came out, and I picked up those. And then looks like I did pick up a couple of the older titles. So Oregon Trail, it's Oregon is how you pronounce it. Got that in a protector. And then Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I must have picked this up at like a Walmart or a Target on clearance. Splatoon 3 I did not have sealed. I think I have it opened if I remember correctly. I think that must have been another clearance item. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. I never did have this one earlier, so I think it was on sale or something like that, so I picked that one up. And of course, a lot of people have been getting this and doing unboxing, and that's Nintendo World Championship NES Edition. So it's a very cool box. I am going to keep this one sealed and hopefully pick up an opened one in the future. Hopefully I can get a plastic case to kind of protect this a little bit more. And then the last thing here for the Switch is a gray Switch Lite. Now this is I picked this up off of Amazon, but and not knowing that it was a Japanese edition essentially. So these are not region locked, so it does of course work in the US, but it would have been kind of cool to get the US version. For those that don't know, this gray color is no longer available in the US, so I was trying to kind of get that before it went like really high in price, but unfortunately it is the Japanese version, so I'll just hold on to that until I can maybe find another one and maybe swap them out and maybe sell that off in the future. So, all right, getting on to the PlayStation. I'm going to save the Xbox for last since I'm right in front of my Xbox collection here. And so I will start here with the older consoles here. So this was a pretty crazy pickup at a Goodwill around the Twin Cities, and that is GN D'Arc, I believe is how you pronounce it. This is a sealed copy. Now, as you just heard, I picked this up at a Goodwill, so I paid I think $2.99 plus tax for this. This is an $80 game being sealed, so that was a pretty sweet game Goodwill pickup. So I was very happy to see that. I did pick this one up just, I think last year or even this year, doing a kind of a swap with a friend, and so I picked up a opened copy from that person. So it's cool to get a sealed copy, and of course that's in a protective case. Alright, and then getting into the consoles here, I have a original PlayStation Tomb Raider, and that's a greatest hits version, as you can see with the green labeling here. Did not have that. I had that just a regular black label. Right, and then I did pick up a Motor Harley Davidson Cycles Race to the Rally. That is a sealed copy. That I picked up at I believe it was also a Goodwill. Not at the same one that I picked up that PSP game. But that was just another fun game to find sealed. So then another one just to add to the collection, Matt Hoffin's Pro BMX 2. NHL Hits 2002. And then Naval Ops Warship Gunner. And I believe I picked this one up at Another Man's Treasure. So essentially a pawn shop. Alright, getting into the PlayStation 3 here. So, majority of these PlayStation 3 games I picked up at a garage sale. The person didn't know what they had, so it was priced up some. But not everything was kind of at market. Some of the stuff was more than half off. Some of the stuff was like maybe 70-75% of what market was. So I did get a deal on a majority of these games. Some were better deals than others, but I did I've ended up getting friends with the person on Facebook. So hopefully things will kind of progress into more sales in the future. Person said that they like to go through their stuff like after Christmas, and so that's when they kind of do their house purge, and so they're planning on doing that again this coming year. And so I said, well, that's my kind of slower kind of time. I'll hopefully have some good money, and so we can kind of hook up, and hopefully I'll get some good sales. Hopefully as I buy more and more, I might maybe get some better deals and go maybe 50 or 60% market value as I'm buying more and more. So it's kind of getting into the door type of thing with the higher prices, just to hopefully get better prices in the future type of thing. So enough talk here, and I'll just get right into the games here. Hot Shots Golf Out of Bounds, F1 Race Stars, Bayonetta. I think that one might be a little bit pricey. Killzone Trilogy. Another thing with these cases is that they feel like they're brand new. Like I think the person that I went to the sale, they said that these were their dads who had recently passed away, unfortunately. And so he took very good care of his games and everything, and even the discs are really nice too. So Afro Samurai, I think this is a little bit up there. I think that was one of them that I got like a little bit better deal, maybe like 50% of what it was going for at the time. Binary Domain, Blood Drive. Now, I'm not quite sure if this next one is technically a game, but it does say add-on content pack Borderlands 2. So I think that's just kind of just that add-on, like like it's saying in there. So I don't think it's technically a game, but it's certainly in a case and everything like a normal game. So I just figured, hey, might as well add it to the collection. Family Guy Back to the Multiverse. It's kind of funny that Family Guy was maybe doing a multiverse way back then. What was it, 2012? It looks like that one came out. Okay, and then Far Cry compilation. Far Cry looks like 3 games. Far Cry 2, 3, and then 3 Blood Dragon. Now the last one here, I'm sorry, not the last one. The next one here, it was. I think I purchased it for $40 or something like that, so it was kind of a higher price, but the value of the game itself I think was over $80, and you'll see, and that is Lollipop Chainsaw. So that was a pretty nice grab. Next one here is Ninja Gaiden 3, however you like to pronounce it. Next one is Star Trek. Really like that movie. Terminator Salvation, and then this is, I think, was another one that was kind of up there in value, but this one they had marked down pretty low. I don't know if maybe they looked up the wrong one, but it's I was going to say it incorrectly, Yakuza Dead Souls. So that was a pretty nice one to grab as well, and so that was a nice one to kind of get for a better deal. And then the last PS3 game here, I did pick up at a swap from another vendor, and so just something that I kind of wanted for the collection, especially with it being brand new factory sealed. So it's something that may not be very easy to find in the future, especially sealed, and that is a Call of Duty Ghosts Hardened Edition. As you can see, it's got the seal on it. It is kind of, I don't know, weird. I don't know if there was moisture that got into it or something like that, but it does have a little bit of weirdness to inside the plastic there. So I don't know. Like I said, it kind of does look like maybe a little bit of moisture got in there or something like that. So but it's still pretty good. All right, and then getting on to PlayStation 4 here. So this first game I know I did pick up actually from my father, who bought it at a garage sale. Excuse me. I can't remember what he purchased these for. I think it was either $1 or $2. And so I think a majority of these PlayStation 4 games he got, he actually, I think all 4 of these PlayStation 4 games my father picked up, and then I bought from him. So like I said, it was either $1 or $2. I think the sealed games were $2, and then the open games were $1, if I remember correctly. So first one is Neo 2. So that's a sealed one. It's in the case there. And then just a sports title here, Madden 20. And then this is another, so that was $1. This is another one of the $2 ones, and that's Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition, and that's a PlayStation Hits. But that's a sealed one. As you can see, it's in the case. And then another $1 one, Battlefield 4. I think that's a PlayStation Hits as well too. Did pick up a few PlayStation 5 games, and these are ones that I picked up at GameStop. They had, I believe, a sale. I think it was like $9.99 games, used games. You can buy 4 and get them for $20. So essentially, every game was $5 or $4.99 plus tax, whatever. So there's 3 games here. I must have gotten another game as the 4th, but first one here is Thymiza, I believe is how you pronounce it. I apologize if I mispronounce that. And the second one is Tales of Arise, which I was kind of surprised to see as that cheap. And then the last one was Stray, so that was a pretty fun one to pick up for cheap as well. I haven't played this one yet. I don't have any PS5s that are open. I do have 2 different versions of the PS5 system, but I'm keeping them sealed for the collection. So kind of my next goal is to pick up either a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X, so that I can play some of these newer games and kind of experience them like the other people that are playing them with them, coming out type of thing. So, all right, and the last stack here is all my Xbox stuff. As you can see again, I am in front of my Xbox collection with the games that I picked up that I'm going to show you, and then also the games that I picked up this month. I'm getting, I think, close to 70. I can never remember what the percentage is. And it's different because if I take the Platinum Hits out, then it's in the 80s. I think it's like 84%. If I keep the Platinum Hits in, then it's like 76%, if I remember correctly, or something like that, of the full collection. So I'm getting up there. It is getting harder and harder to find. I did, looks like, pick up looks like 6 of them, and I think a majority of them were from that same sale that I picked up the PlayStation 3 games. So that was kind of a large purchase. Like I said earlier, that the person knew what the value was for a majority of them, so I did have to kind of pay up. But this was one of the reasons why I went there, was because I did see original Xbox games and a few games that I needed. So I even went during my lunch break from work, and so it was that close to home, which was nice. And hopefully, like I said, that will kind of open up for more purchases in the future. So first game here is King Arthur, which was not a bad movie. I know it wasn't the greatest, but it was not bad either. Next one here is Land of the Dead Road to Fiddler's Green. And this one, I believe, is up there in price, and they did have this one marked down a little bit, which I don't remember what I purchased for it, but it was still a nice one to grab. I want to say it's like, if I remember correctly, it's like $65, $70, and they had it down at like either 10 or 15 or something like that, so that was pretty crazy. Outlaw Golf, 9 More Holes of Xmas. It looks like this is a Blockbuster exclusive. Might be a little bit harder to find with that being a Blockbuster exclusive. Next one here is Terminator 3 The Redemption. And And then I did also pick up World Racing. It's got a pretty beat up case that I have to swap out. That one I must have picked up at like a thrift store. I don't think I would have found a case like that from that garage sale. And then the last original Xbox game is a Platinum Hits, and that is Lego Star Wars the video game. And I believe this one was from that same garage sale. Alright, and then getting into the 360 here. I think a lot of these I did pick up at like thrift stores, Family Pathways. They did have a, they call it I think like a Thrift Con or something like that, or Nerd Con at the close Family Pathways, which I don't really like because they don't put games out throughout the year. They just hold them until this Nerd-Con thing, and so that has essentially stopped me from going into that thrift store because I can't get games throughout the year. I have to just wait until that Nerd-Con thing, and it's irritating because, you know, a lot of the good stuff was probably sold right away when it opened, which with me working a 9-to-5 job, I'm not going to be taking my lunch break at the start of the opening and go there type of thing and beat the rush or be with the rush type of thing. So I went later on that day and actually saw a friend of mine, so it was kind of nice that we were able to kind of walk around the store and talk about things and point out things to each other. So one kind of interesting thing is that they had games throughout the whole store. They didn't just have them all in the same spot, which was kind of interesting, but it was kind of nice and fun to kind of go around the store and see, you know, which games were in the different areas and that kind of stuff. So and then like I said, it was fun talking with my friend. I hadn't actually seen him for a while, so we usually see each other at thrift stores, but like I said, I haven't been going to that thrift store too much, just because they don't put out games. And I do also pick up movies, so that's one of the reasons why I do go there. And then I also pick up electronics to resell on eBay and Amazon type of thing. So just to kind of further the collection along. So getting back into the games here. First one here is a Blazing Angels Squadrons of World War II. And then I got Bolt, Halo Reach, and this is a Platinum Hits bestseller awarded. So I think this normally did come in the green case here, so I don't think this is swapped out. I could be mistaken, but I think sometimes the Platinum Hits came in green cases, sometimes not, and so maybe someone else had swapped them out. But next game here is How to Train Your Dragon, Kung Fu Panda 2, MX versus ATV Alive. Alright, then the next one here I did pick up at a GameStop, and that's Prince of Persia Limited Edition. It does have an outside cover here. Usually the outside covers are like plastic. This is a cardboard cover, so that's kind of interesting. Unfortunately, there is some sticker damage up here in the corner, and then just some layer here. So it's one of the unfortunate things about it being a cardboard versus a plastic slipcover. But still pretty fun. I think the game itself is pretty much the same as the other editions type of thing, so kind of paying for the cardboard. So there's that. Getting back to some of the other games here, Ridge Racer 6, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutants in Manhattan, which is kind of surprising that I didn't have that one already. Top Gun Hardlock. I think that one I picked up at Family Pathways at that nerd convention thing. And then Cubed 3, or just Cubed maybe? It looks like a few games in one. Res HD, E4, Every, Extend, Extra, Extreme, and then Lumines Live. So it looks like kind of a combo pack. That one might be a little bit harder to find in the future. And the last one here is Just Cause for the 360. And then I did pick up 3 Xbox One games. This first one here is The Crew. That one I picked up at a garage sale. Next one is Farming Simulator 15. And I think I picked this one at either a garage sale or another man's treasure. The last one here, this is actually the last game of this pickup video, is Forza Horizon 4. I can speak today. Alright, well, like I said, this is a little bit shorter video. Thank you guys for sticking around and checking out my pickup video here for June. As you can see, like I said, this is the original Xbox collection behind me, kind of doing a little bit of a different view. With this video, I'm sitting, and so normally as you are seeing my videos, I'm standing, so I'm maybe kind of feels like I'm slouching a little bit. My back's starting to get a little tired, kind of sitting like this, but thank you guys for sticking around. I will certainly be coming out with hopefully a new video pretty soon here for the next month, for July. So again, this is for the June video, and just like I've said at pretty much all my other videos, be good and do good.